everyone, Tammy E here for an Accidental Retiree, and this is my monthly update for May 2024 on my writing. Well, this month I did lots of writing online. Got into a discussion with a woman from Canada on the TV series Endeavor, and boy, oh boy, I just kind of went down a rabbit hole there. I did some writing when a local true crime case was cleared up and made a post about that, which that one I do someday when I do a series. I'm going to have to do Pathfinder series, but I'm going to have to do it a little bit different because the murder victim I actually knew in this particular case, and she was someone who was a wife of a friend of my father's and was a guest at my wedding when I married 35 years ago. And she was murdered a month after my wedding, almost to the day. And the case remained unsolved until this past spring, 34 years later. So actually, I think it was, I don't know. Anyway, 34 years later, it was solved crime. Yeah, so that kind of distracted me a little bit and a few other things. But one thing, I mean, it's not like I haven't been thinking about my writing. I have been doing some groundwork for a children's series that I want to do based on a book that I'm looking for the original story, but I want to write a prequel to that story and a sequel to that story. So I'm looking forward to working on that. During the course, one reason why I was delayed this month is I have been in the process of getting a new laptop, something that I wanted for a long time. So my actual word processing hasn't happened. And in order to do that, I didn't want to completely shut down and wipe out all of my information or ability to get into my old laptop, because I'm giving that one to my daughter to use until she can get her own. And that one is like 13 years old. So that's another reason why I didn't want to write anything really profound on it, because it's old. And I thought I hadn't used it very much, but what I did is I took things that were stories or parts of stories that I have written on that particular device, which I got originally for work and for college courses. So I didn't even put anything of that off. This was just personal writing that I've done since my retirement 10 years ago. And sometimes I think of myself, am I really a writer? Am I kind of a fraud? Have I written anything at all? And I know I've written more than what I'm going to show you right now. But this is what I've written in the last 10 years. One is a sort of a script for a program, sort of a synopsis for a movie script, which I could flesh out to a novel. It would make a really good novel. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here that I'd forgotten about, and notes from things that would be a part of the very last in the series that I'm telling you about. That's kind of based on my family, but I'm definitely fictionalizing a lot of it. But there were some notes for that. So I have done quite a bit of writing for someone that didn't think they wrote. And, you know, there's more that I've written in my lifetime too. I mean, you know, probably at least this much more. So yes, I've written, but nothing that I felt worthy of publishing yet. Although one of these things was in a contest, maybe two. Early in my retirement, I entered some writing contests just for kicks. And so, like the screenplay I was talking about, didn't win anything, and that's okay. I think the biggest criticism, it wasn't in the right format, which is weird because I bought a program I was supposed to formats for screen writing, and I don't know, it didn't. So, and when I read, so I don't know what they were talking about really, but which is why I kind of abandoned the idea at that point. And, you know, that doesn't matter because I still could use it for, you know, there's sometimes that I think of doing some one person type things, and I could do all the different characters, or I could get people that or friends and do them right here on YouTube. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe someday I'll do stuff like that. But if not, my children will have it to be able to do if they want to, or flesh out and do. But anyway, yeah. So I was really happy with this. And now I've had my laptop for a while, like about almost 2 weeks. And I thought I was going to have that very first weekend to set it up, but my grandson's father could not get the supervision, so he did not have him that weekend, which is fine. We don't mind having him at all. I mean, because that gives him stability, and that's a good thing. To be in the same environment, that's okay. And we enjoy having him, and he makes us laugh. You know, he's 3. And yeah, unique little personality there. Anyway, but he doesn't sleep a lot, so that doesn't give me a lot of time to do anything much else other than take care of him. So that's okay. Amazingly, I've done some things in the past, and you know, it wasn't just writing that I did prior to my grandson coming along. I did some performances at my mom's thing. I learned how to play guitar during that time, which I have kind of gotten away from, so I have to really teach myself a little bit. And, you know, I really have enjoyed the last 10 years, and I've really done quite a bit with them. I didn't just, you know, maybe I didn't go and volunteer for stuff and like people were trying to get me to do, and I kind of stayed in my house because my retirement was not what I wanted to do at the time, but you know, in hindsight, it was what I needed to do at the time because I was not feeling well, and my Meniere's was starting to be an issue, and most importantly, it gave me some blessed time with my mom that I will never regret having had, because, you know, we had that gift of some time together to, well, it makes me feel good that I spent time with her. Was it ever enough to her? No. Because, like, when I would feel bad because she would make me feel like I wasn't there enough, and other people made me feel like I wasn't there enough. And I know my mother did not want me to just sit by her side all the time because she had had an aunt that did that. And my aunt had emotional issues after her sister died, and she had taken care of her. So my mother did not want me to be like that. She definitely did not want me to just sit by her side. She always told me that. She said, just put me in a home and let me be there. And I was like, well, I put her in a very nice assisted living and not a nursing home like, you know, my grandmother was in at all. She had activities and friends, and, you know, she had a wonderful 13 years, I think she lived there. And I visited her often, and my family did, and we have lots of photos and memories that we, you know, shared during that time, both in her assisted living and out, mostly in the last few years because, you know, her health had waned a little bit. But anyway, so the script I have has to do with an assisted living situation. Actually, I think there are 2 different ones that I have in here, I think. I don't know, because there was one that I didn't remember writing. But I did remember writing it, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was. There was another one that I wrote that had a nursing home assisted living kind of thing too, slant to, because that was my life at the time when I, you know, writing what I knew, and I definitely knew that. So, see, there was a reason for me talking about that. Anyway, it helped me reminisce a little bit on this. I hope, now this is May 27th, so it's going to go up this coming Wednesday. I have quite a bit of May left, like a whole week. But during this week, what I'm hoping to do is get my laptop set up. But my big plan is to do some research. I've decided that I'm going to actually write the books chronologically, even though I have the one kind of started that's kind of in the middle of the series, which I have that here, and I'm going to word process it, rework those chapters at some point in time. I'll probably put them in much sooner. So that's kind of part of my assignment this next month. Will be getting this onto my new computer. And we decided not to, because there was somebody that I had remotely access the computer that my daughter's using to try to set up a printer. I've never been feeling secure about that, so we didn't want that computer or laptop connected to this one. So that's why I'm doing it with hard copy and redoing it. I'm not going to scan it and do it. I know that some of you are going to say, well, there's programs that just can scan this. I know that, and scan it into Word and all that. I know that, but I'm going to redo these because I want to start reworking them too. So, that means I'll be working on lots of different projects at the same time, maybe, but that's okay. Lots of writers do that. And I'll hone in, in my mind, I'm going to be working on that series that I started. That, is a definite. I have a plan for Nano November. A couple different options, and I'm probably going to do some pre-writing with this for that, and then work on one of those two options that I have thought, and one of them isn't even in here. So yeah, that's another thing that I'll do, which that one is actually going to be kind of part of the, if I did that one, it would be part of the series. So maybe I'll put that back on the back burner and use, like, remember I told you about the script that I worked up. I want to do a book first, and then, we'll work on the script again. So I'm going to work it as a book, keep the script. I might scan that somewhere and store it. I don't know. I'm going to think about that part. Maybe I'll just retype it too. I don't know. Well, we'll see. But the first thing I'm going to do, I don't know that I'm going to write it in the same format that it is here. I might. I don't know. I haven't decided. So that's something I have to decide too. In the mix of all that. What I'm working on this weekend, though, is I'm trying to get that cluttered corner of my house cleaned up. We have my son coming out over to visit us in the next month or so, sometime this summer. He's going to be coming, and so I'm trying to get that corner of the room in my bedroom cleared out so that I can have things more efficient throughout the house. And so I'm looking forward to that and getting that finished. So that's what I'm kind of working on this weekend. And the real reason I'm doing that is because I want a really good place, not inside my desk, which I could do that at some point in time. But right now, I don't want it inside my desk where I'm going to keep my laptop. I want it in my bedroom at night, mainly because then I'm more secure that my grandson's not going to get at my laptop. And when I'm charging it, it'll be more safe. So I'm trying to create a spot in my bedroom for charging and so on. And also, I think if my laptop is there in the morning, I'm more likely to go and get it and use it and, actually, develop a writing time. Eventually, it'll get stored in my desk, but right now there's a lot inside the desk. And I've got that cleaned up too before their visit. But my big focus is this corner in my room and getting all of my dressers. I have lavender paper that I've been putting on, and I've got that. So that's another reason why that corner has become kind of sort of a writing area too. And I may put this one particular chair that we have in our dining room that is my cello chair, but I may put it to make a little bit of a reading nook in that corner, even though I'm gonna have to store a few things. But I'm just thinking that that might be a nice place for me to sit and read and do some research too. So I'm finding with my neck issues, I need to have more different seating arrangements. This chair isn't the greatest for me, for my neck at all. It's much better than the old one was, but I'm still having some problems. And I don't know that it's comfortable, but not as comfortable as it should be for my legs. So I need to eventually get a chair that I can just sit straight in beside, because I figure that I need to have more than one position that I sit in every day. That's what I'm getting at. And I'll have, I'll definitely work at my desk eventually too, the table and chairs in the dining room. So I'm hoping that once I get that corner decluttered and more conducive for another writing place, that I'll have plenty of writing places around the house, and that will help me develop a routine for not just my writing, but my crafts too. And of course, most importantly, taking care of my grandson and helping him with his learning journey. He's still, I don't know if I talked about it, but he's a little delayed speech. And in fact, he doesn't really talk at all. And he's 3. He understands everything. He's on the spectrum, so that's a part of it. Anyway, so he's been going to school for that, but he's made gains, but it's just not quite coming where we'd like it to be. So, some days I'm anxious about it. I'm hoping that in the new year he'll get, the help that he needs, and that when he has more time in his therapy and so on for his issues and preschool and stuff, that gives me more time to work on my things. So, this summer is going to be all about starting to get into some routines, starting to get things established so that I can have a better year next year with writing. And, but it's not like it's all been bad. And, some of this is stuff I've done this year, just a tiny bit, not much, in comparison to, so I was really impressed and excited when I saw how much I have to go through now. And I bought these nice little clips for Amazon, and I went broken on Amazon stuff this month. Not going to be having as many Amazon hauls pretty soon, or hauls at all, but that's okay. And yeah, for some reason I got a little mustache with this, but it's these really cute little clips, and I probably going to be going through and clipping this stuff this evening. I had these neat clips that I initially bought for garden stuff, supplies, and chips, probably, if my husband wants to clip his chips. Snacks. But also my garden bags. Most of them are for my garden. My green ones were for my garden bags, but the other ones I set aside for other stuff. But I ended up having to use them temporarily. I don't like these. I want to use this type of clip instead, because they fold down better and are better for storage and so on. So anyway, so I have that to do this evening, and I got a little mustache. Let's see if I can do that. Wouldn't that be fun? Actually, I went through that stack of papers and I clipped them all last night. Some are good things, some are bad. One was a repeat of one thing. I'll have to do that, and that'll probably be the little image. Anyway, so until next time. If you like this video, don't forget to put the thumbs up. I'm sorry if it was a little all over the place. I have been working on my writing, but not in a conventional way, the way I'd like to be working on it. But I hope I gave you a little explanation why I'm a little delayed. But it will, also gave evidence that I have been working on stuff. So it's not like I'm like just pretending, oh, I'm going to write. No, I'm going to get back to writing the way I like to do it. Anyway, so until next time again, goodbye for now. Thanks for watching, and God bless. Don't forget to thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't. An Accidental Retiree.